Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. And what do us boys down south do when it snows? Well, first of all, I ain't deep south like you would think I am. I'm in North Carolina, right in the middle of the country, so we're in the transition zone. Meaning, we can get the roughest part of winter, we can get the roughest part of summer. But I read the comments and I see, well, hey, you boys down south, y'all don't get no snow. And that is true to a certain extent, and to a certain extent, it's not true. Where I live, we're in a very unique location in North Carolina. We got the mountains on the left, we got the coast on the right. That means cold air on the left, moisture on the right. And a lot of the times those two meet in the middle, and guess what? It's right over top of where I live. I've seen it happen many times. We can get 6 to 8 inches of snow, and you go 2 hours south in Charlotte and they get nothing but some cold rain. I cannot tell you how many times that has happened, more times than I want to count. But I will say this, our snow is kind of strange, I guess. And what I mean by that is we'll go 2 or 3 years and we'll get snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm. And then we'll go 2 or 3 years and we'll get absolutely nothing. So it's very inconsistent. There's nothing set in stone. It all depends on how that cold air comes down from the north and that moisture comes up from the south. And typically, that's when we get our biggest snowstorms. And guess what? That's supposed to happen this weekend. Today's Friday. We spent all day yesterday getting all the snow equipment ready. And I'm just gonna clean these up because they're really nasty. We hadn't had any snow in 3 years. And they got dust all over the cabs, and I want them clean so the guys can actually see out the window. And then Sunday, which is 2 days from now, we're supposed to get anywhere from 4 to 8 inches. And again, where I actually live, we're right on the line to where it could be all snow, or it can be a snow / freezing rain sleet event. So, as a business, why do I even offer snow removal? Well, it's because the commercials that we manage require it. I don't have an option. The way my snow removal journey started was years ago when we were fortunate enough to pick up our first really big commercial account. And when I say really big, I'm talking about 15 to 20 acres of parking lot. So that may not be as big as what you do, but for us, that was huge because it was our first one like that. At that point in time, I had a Bobcat tractor that did not have a cab with a little 5-foot scrape blade on the back of it. It had the loader bucket on the front, and I had a 2000 model 2-wheel drive F350 dump truck. So I found this snow blade on the internet. I cannot remember what the thing was called. I do remember that you put a Reese hitch bar on the front of the truck, and then the snowplow slid into it, and you would actually have to manually raise it and manually lower it, and then pull a pin and manually angle it left and right. So every time you wanted to lift the blade up, you had to get out of the truck, pick it up, turn around, get back out of the truck, drop the blade, and have at it. If you ever wanted to angle the blade left or right, you had to do the same thing. So years ago, we had our first snow event, and it was myself, Robert, and a couple other guys, and we went out and we handled that snow with that inferior equipment that we had. When I say inferior, I mean it was pretty bad. Robert, my lead man, who's still with me today, I just cannot thank him enough for that night he spent on that tractor without a cab. And the best I remember, I think we got around 8 to 12 inches roughly. Been a long time ago, so I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think it was right at a foot. He spent all night long on that tractor with no cab, pushing snow. By definition, you can call that a tough dude. And of course, I was in the truck, and the downfall of what I was using, I had to get in and out of the truck to manipulate the blade to get the work done. And so years ago, I started strategically planning out how I was going to purchase my snow equipment. And I took the profits from that snowstorm and put it right back into the business and bought some real deal Boss snow plows. Now hey, you talking about going from driving a Volkswagen to a Rolls Royce? That was it for us, to go from what we had for snow equipment and go to a fully functional Boss snow plow that you could sit inside the truck with the heat running and still work the plow. That was big time. And ever since that day, I have followed that system to a T. Every single snow event we've had, I have taken the profits and put it right back into my snow equipment. So what that means is I didn't have to go over on the spray side of the business and pull money from there and go buy snow equipment. I didn't have to go from the internet business and pull and buy snow equipment. I didn't have to go from the maintenance side. I used the actual money that we made from pushing snow and put it right back into the snow equipment. And now I got a boatload of really cool snow equipment that I've got that snow in the past has actually paid for. So it's one of those necessary evils, you know what I mean? We got a hospital that has a zero tolerance policy, and we have to be there on site before it starts snowing, and we can't leave until after it stops snowing and everything is spotless clean. And then after that, we move on to all our commercial properties, which we do those as well. So like I said, it's kind of one of those necessary evils. I don't have the option. I have to have snow equipment if we want to do the maintenance, the mowing and the fertilizing and the seeding and all that kind of thing at these other commercial properties. So by now you're well familiar with the Ventrac. This is a snow blower, and I got the snow blade on the back, and I don't have a cab for it. The way I do that is after the snow stops, the day after, and the sun's out, that's when I take this out and use it. And here's my grasshoppers. These are the 900D diesel. We strictly use them for aerating turf in the fall, but they do double as snow removal equipment for sidewalks. And we're supposed to get a pretty decent amount of snow this time, so I decided to do the snow blower instead of the snow plow. I've got the plow for these as well, and of course you want the cab on it. That keeps the operator nice and comfy. But like I said, they've been in the shop over here for about 3 years, so I'm gonna get them cleaned up. So the rest of this video is gonna be nothing but us working. I'll put a little cool music to it. I know you boys up north, you like, I don't wanna see that crap. I see snow every day. Well, this is exciting for us. This storm creates an opportunity for us, our company, to make a pretty good chunk of change. And guess what? This time, I don't have to buy any more snow equipment. At the time I started filming this video, the forecast accumulations were between 4 and 8 inches. But as you can see from the footage, we didn't get quite that much. We ended up getting a couple of inches of snow and a couple of inches of sleet on top of that. Nothing but ice right now. Hey, I hope that gives you an idea of why my particular company or lawn care companies have snow removal equipment. Yeah, I realize we live in an area where we don't get hammered with snow every other day, but we do get enough to justify having snow equipment. And again, it's a necessary evil. We absolutely have to have the stuff due to the commercial accounts that we manage. And to be completely honest with you, I think it'd be pretty difficult to manage 30 acres of parking lot with a shovel, right? Hey, if you're a young lawn care company and you live in an area that's kind of similar to mine where you get just enough snow to where it justifies that you own commercial snow equipment, and in your lawn care company you want to go after certain commercial accounts that require snow removal as part of the job, then by all means do not let people discourage you. When you get the money, when you get it saved up, go buy the commercial snow equipment, because I can give you my word, it has been well worth it time and time and time again. Not to mention, it has been extremely lucrative for my business. So don't let anybody ever discourage you from doing that. If you think it's the right thing for your company, you go for it. And hey, not to mention, pushing snow's fun. Check you later.